Ever since I started high school, a mountain of stress has been piling along with it, which ultimately pushed me into the world of social media as an escape. However, what I didn't realize was that the constant comparison cultures on platforms were taking a toll on my well-being, which made it a lot harder to focus on my genetic potential. Until I stumbled upon Napoleon, a two-sided leader with an incredible work ethic and a flair for self-care. So I decided to try Napoleon's self-improvement routine for a day to see if it can fix my problems. He wakes up around 5 to 6 a.m. since he believes waking up early is a crucial part to success. But I almost failed that already. He goes on to take a bath for a whole hour to calm himself down. So I filled up the tub pretty decently and hopped in and started burning up already since I wasn't used to taking a hot anything. He would also read in there to boost his literature, so I got this book from Napoleon.
Get it?
Which I was actually gonna read and started the timer for an hour. But even for around 10 minutes, I started heavily sweating. So I added a bit more water to cool myself off and endured the torture for another 50 minutes. The timer finally went off and actually got pretty far in the book and went to unplug the drain. It reads next that he would wear simple clothing, but I don't got whatever simple clothing he wears. So I opted for the classic white and black look, which is arguably pretty simple in today's age. He then starts his hygienic routine by shaving and moisturizing his face, hence his smooth texture. Then he would splash fragrances all over himself since they were really popular at the time. So I used this strong fragrance and sprayed a fair amount since I wasn't trying to use the whole bottle. He would then drink a hot orange fruit tea to warm himself even more from the bath. But since I didn't have that, the closest thing I had was a mango tea, so I substituted that instead. His breakfast would consist of a simple meal since he thought that overindulging would lead to sluggishness and a decrease in his productivity rate. So I just made eggs, which was simple enough. Then he would have a deep work session until around lunchtime. So I spent that time vigorously researching about skincare since I was new to that area around the time, and also wrote scripts for a bit. He also stays very hydrated throughout the day, which again boosts productivity rates. Then for lunch he would have pasta, but he's a fast eater and would usually take around 15 minutes to finish his food. Though strangely after lunch he would drink a cup of coffee for who knows why. He would have another deep work session, so I just edited videos to fill that in. He also cares a lot about his physical health, so he would usually go out for a horseback ride. But since I didn't have a horse laying around, I substituted that for the gym. He also loved listening to Italian music too, so I added that in addition to working out. He then usually takes multiple power naps a day since he believes it'll recharge his energy and also is a factor for him waking up early in the day. Which this one was going to be my first, but I didn't realize that it was going to be my last also. He works productively even more for a while, so I just edited unfinished videos. Then he ate a simple dinner as well as being fast since he wanted to get right back into working. He would work deep into the night for his last session of deep work, so I worked on the thumbnail for this video. And usually he would go to sleep pretty late as well. So after all that, would I do this again to increase my genetic potential? Probably not.